Hello. Happy Sunday. All right, so give me a minute and let me get my act together and then I'll get started. So I wanted to do this live because I had a couple of questions. Actually, I had one member ask a question which re-spurred, I think, the reintroduction of KPI and what that means to your business and why you need to get ready for it. So this hopefully will be an action-packed live. Hopefully you guys can join me on this Sunday afternoon. I rarely come on the weekends, but wanted to say what's up. So give me a second. So as you guys know, I just love having to invite individual people. Give me a second while I do this. I love the fact that our group is growing, but there's many of you I don't know. So I probably ought to come on a little bit more often as the group continues to grow so that I can, you all can put a name to the words and to the face. There's a couple of people that I want to tag to make sure, and then I'll just let the rest of you all join as you get notified. Some of the new faces that I've seen that I want to make sure I tag because you guys have asked questions that have been great. Let me also look online. There's a couple of people that I want to make sure I don't forget. Hopefully you guys are enjoying your amazing Sunday. It's kind of warm here. It was cold the other day, but it's like totally warm out today. Like I need to turn my heater off because I'm burning up. All right, so there was, I think I've got, can let some other people join. Let me make sure. I always look like so silly when I look at these videos later and I'm like, God, why do I have this dumbfounded look on my face while I'm searching for all of you great people to add. All right. Let's see. There was a lady here. Let's see if I can find her comment because I want to. Oh, there she is. The space. I always like to make sure I tag the people who like spurred my. There we go. Marquita. I don't know if she's available, but at least I can tag her in here and I've done my due diligence. Okay. All right, because I'm not sure if Facebook is broadcasting. Ah, there it is. Good. Perfect. It is. Not sure. All right, so when you guys join, I'll be able to see your comments. All right, so let's get started. I'm not gonna, I always say I'm not gonna stay on and then people join and then I look up and it's 40 minutes later. So I'm gonna try and make this short and sweet. So, so some of you have been with me since I came back from vacation in August. And so I kind of take us back a little bit because on my vacation, my end of the summer vacation, I had come off of that reading this amazing book by Daniel Preistley, and the name of it is Key Person of Influence, which is what the KPI stands for. And why this book was so profound for me, and I'll include the link. You can actually Google it, and you can find, I think, a PDF download of the link of the book for free, or you can purchase it. I think it's less than $10, $9.99. Either way, I urge you as a business owner, it doesn't matter what your length of business is, I urge this as a must read for you. Because what he goes over in this book is this concept of positioning yourself, so as the owner of the business, as a key person of influence, right? How do you become internet famous, or how do you really move the needle of your business is based all upon yourself. And so when I read this book, I actually was on vacation, and it was the first time my family and I had ever done a cruise. And I'm going to sidetrack just a little bit just to tell you about this cruise. So I go on this cruise thinking, oh my gosh, we haven't really spent a lot of time together. First cruise, this will be a perfect time because we'll all be stuck on the boat for us to bond and connect. Little did I know the cruise is not a family vacation. It is a place where everybody gets to be together but separate, and nobody comes together. My family completely repelled the idea of hanging out together, so I actually got to spend quite a bit of time. I think we were there 5 days, and I got to spend pretty much 90% of the time by myself journaling and reading because everybody was in their respective ship corners. So I actually got, right before this cruise, a recommendation from another coach to read it. So I read it, and it really changed me, and it changed the way that I operate my business and how I come after my business. So if you're looking for a away time, I think a cruise is great. So if you ever go on a cruise and you want some soul searching time, and you have a family and you want everybody to be safe and have a great time, a cruise is a perfect place to do that. At least for my family, it is. So in those 4 or 5 days, I was able to really have some time. I sat in a quiet corner with my drink, and I read and I journaled and really reorganized how I was coming at my business. And so I'm going to bring this to you guys, give you kind of a quick synopsis, and then let you know how 2018 is going to shape up for my business and how I really think that it is a great application for you and your business. All right. So Daniel Preistley, I'll include the link for his name, and the name of his book, again, is Key Person of Influence, 5 Ps that should change you and change the way that you do business from now until the end of time. So the concept of the book is that you, individual, as the owner of the business, should be working to position yourself as a key person of influence. And what does that mean? Meaning, my name is Sunday Gardner. I am the brand of my face. Now, many of you will say, I am not the brand of my face. I want to have a company name, and I don't necessarily want to be the brand. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to those people who know the power of you being the brand of your face and you being the person that speaks to your business. I am that person. Now, I have a company name. The name of my company, and we changed that after my vacation. The name of my company is called Be Free Marketing. We are a marketing agency. What I do is I help people plan their shit and move them into action, right? Through training and coaching in the space of Facebook ads and product launching, right? So that's what I do. But the concept of this book is really about how do you are only as powerful as the number of people that know, like, and trust you. So you will always hear me, even before I read this book and even before I went on vacation, it was really about your KLT, your know, like, trust factor. Hi, Lynetta. How are you? It's all about your know, like, and trust factor, right? So what this book put together for me was really put it all in perspective, right? That if you really want to be powerful, you have to increase the number of people that like, know, and trust you. As I always say, it's easier to sell to your BFFs, which are people who have a really high know, like, and trust factor with you. They know you, they like you, they trust you, they are familiar with your products, they have purchased from you before. Those people are easy to sell to. It's cheap to sell to them. You don't have to convince them of your superpowers. They have already either experienced them or they're ready to experience them, right? So the KPIs really are about how do you position yourself as a highly likable, known, trustworthy person in your prospective field, right? So, I'm going to go back maybe 5, 10, 15 years ago, right? In order to be really highly known, you had to position yourself as you had to have, I'm trying to look for the word. You had to be out there, like, you had to be famous, right? You had to be famous, and the only way for you to be famous were to do famous things, right? To be on television, to be on radio, to be in print, doing something where massive number of people were exposed to you. So to have a product that was well known and well liked, you had to be out there in one of those mediums. You had to either be on TV, radio, or print ad, or a local celebrity. Celebrity was the word that I was looking for. You had to be a celebrity in your particular field. And it was very difficult to do to become a celebrity. Now, you fast forward 15 years later, 2017, about 2018, becoming a celebrity in your area is not as difficult as it was 15 years ago, right? You can become a celebrity, an internet celebrity, by just mere existence of the fact that your name is available to a few thousand people, right? You don't need to become Beyonce celebrity to be able to have the value proposition of what being Beyonce is. Now, I'm not suggesting by knowing a few thousand people that you can become the next Beyonce, but you certainly can become the next Beyonce within your micro niche for whatever you sell relative to products and services. So let me explain what that means, right? I sell training, right? I am a trainer of Facebook advertising and for product launching, and I do coaching, and I actually have accounts where I actually manage people's accounts, right? Now, what does it take for me to become famous in this micro niche, right? So a micro niche is a sliver, right? So you've got online marketing. My micro niche is Facebook advertising, right? Whatever your micro niche is you'll have a niche, which will be a category of information, product categorization, whatever you want to call it, that will be a niche, right? You take a slice of that, a micro focused topic of that, and become a celebrity in that space, right? How do you do that? That's where the KPI the 5 P's stand for. All right, so the 5 P's that you need to be working on in 2018 as we go into 2018 are as follows. The first is your pitch. What is it, the thing that people are going to know you for when you introduce yourself, either online, in print, on video, or whatever? My pitch is simple, right? I am the marketing boss pro. I help people plan their shit and move them into action, right? That is my pitch, right? In the space of online marketing, relative to Facebook advertising and product pitch, right? I've added some color on that, but my pitch is very clear. I move you to action, right? I help you plan your shit, right? That is my pitch. The idea of a pitch is intended for you to get people to raise an eyebrow and to ask more questions, right? What is your pitch in 2018? When you talk about your product, does it need to be 15 minutes? Does it need to be 2 minutes? It needs to engage and get people to ask, what the hell is that? What do you mean by that? Tell me more. Give me more. I want to know more about what it is that you do, right? So you need to nail down your pitch, whatever that may be. I'd be interested in hearing what your pitches are. I would love to hear that, but it doesn't need to be, 15 pages describing what it is that you do and who you are and all that you be. Quick pitch that is going to quickly engage somebody into a conversation greater than, oh, that's nice, right? If your pitch garners the response, oh, that's nice, your pitch sucks. Point blank. If you are not able to get people to ask you more questions after whatever you say, after that pitch statement, you need to work on it again, right? You don't want, oh, that's nice. Oh, or, oh, that's great. And then they carry on and talk about something else, right? The pitch needs to be profound enough to get somebody to ask you more questions. That is the goal of the pitch. All right. That's your number one goal for 2018 is get that pitch and get that pitch clear and defined. Right? Again, mine is I plan your shit. When people hear they say, plan your shit, well, what kind of shit do you plan? Like, well, why does my shit need to be planned? And why do you need to plan it? And why do I need to be moved by action from you? Right? Short, sweet, to the point, and it's enough. It gives you enough information for most people to ask those kinds of questions, right? So that's the goal of your pitch. All right. Number 2 is, what are your products, right? What are the products that you are going to offer that are really going to create what is referred to as an ecosystem? And that ecosystem is, what is your collection of products that you will have and offer to the marketplace, to the people who are interested in your micro niche, that will allow them to come in at a variety of different stages, right? So I can't define that for you. Only you can define that for you, but I will give you an example of some of my product suite that falls into my ecosystem. And it's taken me many years to get to this space, right? Because one, I struggled personally with clarity. Like, what is it that I want to do as a coach? What do I want to offer? I know marketing really well. I know Facebook ads really well, but I struggled with, what do I want to do, right? Do I really want to be an exclusive trainer? Do I want to manage people's accounts? Do I want to coach people one-on-one? Do I want to do group programs, right? So really figuring that out took some time for me, but going into 2018, I'm super clear about what it is that Be Free Marketing offers and what I, Sunday Gardener, offers. So I'm going to give you a little example of what that looks like for me and my company, so that you can have some examples. Right. So my freebie offer, most of you all have taken advantage of that. I actually revamped that in the last I think it's probably the last 6 weeks. So I may be sending out a new version of it because many people may not have the new version. But my first introductory offer into my business is my Facebook ads checklist. You may have also come to me via my product launch checklist, right? So those two things tied to my two superpowers, Facebook ads and product launching, right? And then I have a variety of low entry products that you come into to get, so to speak, your feet wet with what I offer in terms of my training programs, right? I also have introductory, I don't do one-on-one coaching as much as I did this year. Won't be doing that much in 2018, but I used to have introductory coaching package, one-off coaching package. So if you have one problem that you need solved, you could do a 90-minute coaching session with me, as opposed to purchasing a 3-month or 6-month coaching package. I also have higher and online programs that are either in the space of self-study or online live programs that I host myself. No Newbie Left Behind, that I hosted in October, November, is an example of that. We'll be doing more of that in 2018, right? So you can see that with Facebook ads, there's a collection of products and services that I offer as a part of my ecosystem. So people can come in at different levels of where they are in their business, right? If they are just starting, they don't know what type of Facebook ads that they want, I recommend you go to Newbie Foundations, right? If you are ready to do your ads, you have your plan defined, and you're ready to start your ad, I recommend you go into Introduction to Facebook Ads. If you want to build a sales funnel and you want step-by-step on how to build that stranger offer sales funnel, I recommend that you go into No Newbie Left Behind, right? So those are 3 programs, different entry points that you would go into. You need to have the same sort of ecosystem. I'm not suggesting you need to have my ecosystem, but you need to have your own set of products and or services that allow people to come in at different levels. Now, one of the questions that was asked of me was, hold on a second, let me just make sure that I don't have any questions. Good evening, Lynetta. I see that you have said good evening, and I want to make sure I said it. I think there was a question, I think B Marquita asked me, and the question was, should I have multiple Facebook business pages or should I have one, right? So I'm thinking that she may either have multiple businesses or she may have multiple products underneath that business. And she's wondering which is the best to go for, right? Should I have multiple business pages to match my products or my businesses? And so here's my response. And this really relates to the creation of your product ecosystem, is you should have those business pages equivalent to your ecosystem and the way that you intend to market. I market everything under Sunday Gardener Sunday Gardener, right? I don't do any marketing under Be Free Marketing Agency because I want people to know and like and trust me, right? I don't want, it's not that I don't want them to trust the name of my business or my company name, but I want them to get to know me as a brand. And then through me, I will introduce them to my variety of products, right? I will introduce them to my marketing agency based on their needs and if that is something that they need to go through, right? So again, I don't offer professional services out to everybody. That's not something that we're focused on in 2018, ending 2017. We may focus on that at the latter part of 2018, going into 2019, but right now professional services is not my focus. I am called to create training programs, right? Training programs that allow me to reach multiple people. So that is based on my vision for my company and my plan and my ecosystem, right? So me to market under Be Free Marketing doesn't make sense, right? But for you, Be Marquita, it may make sense. I don't know what your vision is, right? So you want to align your Facebook business pages according to your vision, right? According to what makes sense to you. The name of our school is called Marketing Boss Academy. I still don't market under Marketing Boss Academy because again, I am the main teacher underneath that. So I still market under Sunday Gardener, right? So all of my Facebook ads are run under Sunday Gardener, my Sunday Gardener business page. And I would recommend you decide for yourself what makes sense for you, right? Should you market under your name? Your name, Be Marquita, or should you market under your business name, or should you market under your products? Depends on what your overall strategy is going to be for your business, right? What do you want people to know you by? Do you want them to know you by your business, or do you want them to know you by you? I feel very strongly that I am the face of my business. I am the brand of my business, and everything that I bring forth will be because they know and like trust Sunday Gardener, right? So hopefully that answers your question. When you watch this later, I've tagged you. If you watch this later and you have any other questions, please feel free to ask me, tag me, and I'll do my best to respond to that. But in terms of should it be multiple Facebook business pages or one, really up to you in terms of your brand, marketing strategy, and what your ecosystem is going to be. I have some very signature products that we are really solidifying in 2018. And as they become more solid, I don't know how much more solid they can be, but as they become more solid and they become the thing that I'm known for, which I will become known for, Facebook Ad School. That is where I do all of my training. Facebook Ad School is underneath Marketing Boss Academy, right? I will probably at some point create a business page. I actually have already created it because I've already locked it down. There is a business page called Facebook Ad School, and I will probably at some point start to market underneath Facebook Ad School. But I won't do that until such time I've grown the following so great that it just makes natural sense to transition there. Right now, the following is growing. It's not as great as I wanted. It's not celebrity status, right? So until it gets to that celebrity status, I will continue to market Facebook Ad School underneath Sunday Gardener business page, right? So hopefully that helps. Hey, Nicole, nice to have you on. We are talking about KPI, how to make yourself a KPI, a key person of influence. And we are on the second P, which is your product, your ecosystem. And I'm answering a question that one of the members asked about, should you create multiple Facebook business pages or do everything under one business page? And so I was just explaining kind of what I'm doing as I grow my ecosystem and as I develop my products and get them from, introductory products to celebrity status. And that's where we're at. So you can watch the replay to see where I'm at. But really, at the end of the day, your decision to do multiple business pages really becomes a personal decision. Now, I will tell you for businesses that are completely unrelated, right? I have a hair extension company that has been dormant for the last 18 months that we will probably resurrect in 2018. Have not fully decided if that. It's called Sugar Hair Company. That has a separate business page. I have a barber shop that has a separate business page, right? Because those are completely unrelated businesses that don't have any connection to them. But there is a Sunday Gardener business page. Like I said, I will most likely break that up as I get these signature products solidified and I have the following at the level that I want. And it'll make sense that those signature products, like for example, Facebook Ad School will most likely become its own business page. There's another signature product, which is called Ready to Launch. That whole Ready to Launch product suite will most likely become its own business page as well. And then Marketing Boss Academy at some point will probably become its own business page as I launch other non-signature programs underneath that, right? But that's sort of long term. So right now, as I am growing as a KPI, everything right now stays underneath Sunday Gardener because I want the face of me to be the thing that introduces people to my signature products and services. Same thing with you. If you're just starting off, you may have everything underneath your name, or you may decide to start off with your signature products. Again, really a personal decision. Whatever you decide, I still recommend your face be on that so that people can equate a face to a product name. So whatever, again, you decide. Again, hopefully, Marquita, that answers your question. Let me know if it doesn't. All right. The third P is publications. So when I came off a vacation in August, right, I'm going to tell you the 5 Ps, give them a quick summary, and I'm going to tell you where I like totally failed at those and quickly had to revamp how I was doing my business to make sure that I was doing a better job of that, right? So pitch is your first one, 2 is products, 3 is publications, 4 is profile, and 5 is partnerships. And out of the 5, I failed at all 4 of them. Like I had good product mix defined, right? But I didn't have a really good pitch defined. I didn't have any publications beyond what I do on Facebook. My profile was still kind of squirrely and I had no partnerships. I still am working on partnerships, right? So when I read this book, I was like, oh shit, I'm not positioning myself at all as a KPI. I mean, I'm doing a bunch of really great shit, I think, right? I know my customers love me, right? But I'm not really structured in a way that makes me the go-to person for Facebook ads or the go-to person for product launching. Really didn't even want to commit yet to Facebook advertising as my signature product before August, right? I mean, I had been toying with it at the middle of the year, and I had created a program, but I was like, I still was on the fence. Do I really want to become the Facebook ads queen, right? And really what I was struggling with is I didn't want to manage people's account. I wanted to train. I wanted to be a trainer. I didn't want to become so I love Facebook advertising. Let me just give you this insight thing. I love Facebook advertising, but going into accounts and managing accounts for pennies on the dollar was not what I wanted to do, right? People who are in the space and starting off, and that the market that I attract are newbie people. Hi, Vanessa. Nice to have you on. Are newbie people. And to really manage someone's account, you really need to be at a level in marketing, not to manage, but to be ready to hire a marketing agency. You really need to be not at a newbie level. You need to be at an intermediate or advanced level, either financially or education wise, that you know the value that you're ready to drop, the amount of money it costs to have an agency manager account. Most quality Facebook ads agencies are going to start off at $2,500 per month or greater, right? Most newbie business owners are not ready. They don't even think that they need to drop $2,500 a month to have somebody do that. So I was like, I don't necessarily want to work with advanced marketers or advanced business owners at this point. what I want to do is I want to train small business owners who are new to marketing and have no idea, right? So that price point in terms of being their ad agency didn't match up, right? Didn't match up where they were knowledge base, didn't match up where they were in their business. Most business owners, 2,500 is a huge investment for them. And to do that monthly, in addition to doing, Facebook ad spend, it's just not where most new business owners are at, right? So it's like, how do I help business owners who are just starting off without having to manage their account? So that's where I came up. I can train them, right? I can train them for less than $2,500 price point. It takes the responsibility of me managing their account out of my hands and puts it into their hands. And then I give them the tools and the skill set to do it. That was a win-win situation for me. So then I was like, okay, I want to become known as the Facebook Ads Queen trainer, not necessarily as the Facebook Ads Queen agency, right? So once I realized that, then it all fell into place, what my product, what my pitch was, and then ultimately what the publications that I needed to do, right? So when I say the third P is publications, I really focused on creating products. Again, I was struggling in the middle of the year trying to figure out, do I want to be an ad agency and I want to offer professional services? Do I want to train? How do I want to deliver these services? And once I nailed down what I wasn't willing to do and what I wanted to do and what my market was, it all fell into place in terms of what I need to do. So publications are absolutely in the work. We, in 2018, are going to be I will personally be starting blogging around the Facebook ads training arena. And so talking about what it's like from a business owner's perspective on learning Facebook ads and then also teaching it and the trials and tribulation of business owners who are trying to learn marketing for the first time. So the topics for blogging now naturally fall into place because now I understand what it is that I'm doing, right? So publications, what that P means for you is if you want to be a key person of influence, people need to find and need to be able to read about what it is that you have to say. If you're a key person of influence, so that really means somebody who knows their shit, right? You're an expert in your field and you know that you know that you know your shit, and everybody who reads your shit knows that you know your shit, right? People need to see that in written word, right? So you need to publish written works, right? You need to and it's more than just posts. It's more than just emails. It's publications, right? So it's ebooks, it's books, it's, it's written word text, right? PowerPoint presentations that you're publishing on, slide.com or something to that arena. You need to publish what you have to say in a written format such that it can be consumed and found, right? So key people of influence, when you Google their name, you not only find, which is the fourth thing, their profile, you find their publications, right? You find their products, you find who they are via their profile, their social media profiles, all the variety of profiles that they are. You find published works of art from them, either in the written or the visual format, right? And you can find that. So when I looked at my business, I was like, shit, I've not done any publications. I had this ebook that I was going to write. I still haven't published it, right? It's still in the, I don't know. It's like 5 steps to, fill in the blank. I'm going to leave it as a surprise because I am going to publish it. Actually, I've got a date defined. We'll be publishing it in January. But I hadn't focused on publications. So I was like, I really need to focus on more than the post content that I do. I really need to be creating structured publications of work, right? In the form of ebooks. I do a lot of training on, through my group and through my business, but I don't publish any of them. None of them are available on the training PowerPoint slide places. And I'm sorry, I can't remember what the names of those things are, but I need to start to publish those. So that's what we'll be working on is now that I've consolidated all of this training into one place, right? Most of I would say between August and December, when I first started after vacation in August, I probably had, I don't know, I don't know, maybe 13 videos on YouTube. I'm now up to 68 videos on YouTube, right? So we haven't indexed them. We haven't put keywords in them, but that's kind of what I mean by publications, right? So, it may not be written, but it's all video, right? Some of it is not publicly available because of it's associated with programs or what have you, but there's a lot of public content that's now available on YouTube, right? We'll probably be doing a YouTube member subscription drive over the next 6 months as I get my YouTube subscribers up. But again, you see where I'm going is that if you Google Sunday Gardener, you're going to be able to find what she has to say in video format. You will also be able to find what she has to say in written format. Again, key person of influence. I know my shit. I know my shit. I want you to know my shit. And anybody who Googles me will know that I know my shit because you'll see all my shit, right? And again, a picture is worth 1,000 words only when 1,000 words are accompanying it, right? So it's video and print is where you'll be inundated with who I am and what it is that I stand for. Same thing for your business. What is your publication strategy going to be in 2018, right? It's one thing to perform services and it's one thing for only your small circle of people to know you, but it doesn't mean shit. You do not want to be the best kept secret in your community, in the world, in your micro niche. You want people to know who you are every time they think of your particular field, right? When people think of Facebook ads and they think of an African-American woman of color who's doing Facebook advertising, I want Sunday Gardener to be that person that they think of in terms of training. That's how I'm positioning myself and my business in my micro niche. What are you doing to position yourself in your micro niche in terms of being that go-to person in that space? All right. So that's 3 publications. Number 4 is profile. Google your name and see what you find, right? That's what the profile is all about. When you Google your name, Google it. I mean, nobody's doing anything but Googling, right? Nobody is binging it, right? I mean, I guess there's some people who are binging it, but really everybody's still Googling it, right? You go into Google and you type in your name, what do you find? When you go into YouTube and you type your name, what do you find? When you go into any social media platform and you type your name, what do you find, right? If that profile doesn't exist and there is nothing about you, you've got some work to do. You need, as a key person of influence, for a person who is on top of their game and the go-to person in their particular field. When someone Googles you, what do they find? If they find nothing, you're not a KPI, right? Your know, like, and trust factor has a lot of work to do, right? You're only as valuable as your know, like, trust factor. So that is your 4th thing to do in 2018. Make sure across every social media platform, you have a presence, right? I'm not saying that you necessarily have to have it all developed out, meaning you have to be actively have developed Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, LinkedIn, all those out. But at minimum, you need to have them locked down and you need to at least have a description of who you are on those platforms, right? That's what I mean by that. And you need to have a strategy in terms of how you're going to build those platforms out. So for me, 2018, my platforms are now, and I will tell you, I don't personally do all of this myself. I do outsource some of it out. So Nicola, Vanessa, Lynetta, tell me what your social platform that you're on, and are you built out or are you going to be working on that in 2018? For me, 2018 is going to include the following platforms that I'll be building out. Facebook, I do myself, will probably never give that up because it is my superpower. Instagram, I just hired an Instagram social media manager, and she will be doing that. And I actually recommend her. That is Raj. She goes by Rocky. She goes by the social media whore. I think she still goes by that. And she's also linked as a recommended group. She's got Instagram monetization. Amazing gal, knows all about Instagram, right? She is the shit when it comes to Instagram. She is going to be responsible for growing my Instagram account. I give her content. She's going to grow the account. If you want to do it yourself, she's going to teach. She's going to be the person that is going to be the one to teach you that. FB and IT. I assume IT is IG, right? So I'm looking at the keyboard to see, you probably meant Instagram. So yes, so Facebook, so for me, it's Facebook, Instagram. I intend to build out Pinterest, and I intend to build out Twitter in 2018. So those will be the 4 platforms that I will be building out and have fully built out engagement and working on having a presence in all 4 of those platforms, strong presence in all 4 of those platforms by the end of 2018. So that's my 4. What are your profiles? What happens when you Google your name, right? What happens? Now, when you Google Sunday Gardener prior to August 2017, you would still get stuff related to my salon. I think I still had one of my salon. I still can't figure out how to close this bad boy down that I have outsourced so I can focus on reaching my clients' visibility. IG. Yep, there you go, right? So Lynette, that is perfect, right? So you at least have a 2018 profile strategy, and building those out, that's critical. So key person of influence, and you want to build out Pinterest too, right? And the thing about it is each of those platforms have their own strategy, right? You cannot, unfortunately, apply the same things that you do in Facebook to Instagram, right? The way that those platforms work, now you can advertise the same, right? You can have sponsored ads the same, and I do teach you how to do that. But you, in terms of how you build engagement, how you post, and how you interact on those platforms, and how they work for organic engagement versus paid engagements, are vastly different, right? So you literally could spend a full-time life working just in Facebook and still not have 100% of it down. Instagram, same thing. Pinterest, the same thing. So this is where it comes to, like, how do you spend your time? I personally am not going to spend 90% of my time trying to build up these platforms. I am going to outsource wherever it makes sense the building out of that platform. I control the content and the message, but I will hire people who are responsible for managing the profiles once I decide that it's time to build out those platforms. All right, so perfect. Yeah. I haven't been on my Pinterest page either. I created it. I think in July. I had to revamp some stuff, so I created it in July, but I haven't started, because again, it's a totally different strategy. It's completely different from Facebook and completely different from Instagram in terms of how you do Pinterest, right? Frankly, my brain can handle so much. My number one job is to market, right? So that means I need to develop a marketing strategy for my products and my services, and the programs that I develop, right? And so as the year goes on, I will introduce a new platform every quarter, and then a person who has that superpower will be responsible for growing that platform based on the marketing strategy that I've deployed in terms of the content that I want deployed on those sites. Hopefully that makes sense. So again, marketing strategy for me is really about content and what is the message that I want delivered. How it gets delivered through those platforms will be the responsibility of the people who own that superpower. I own the Facebook advertising superpower and the Facebook group superpower in terms of how I engage with my group and monetize that, and then allow that group to be where I do my engagement, right? Rocky, person I know, owns the Instagram space. I haven't found a Pinterest person, but I will find a Pinterest person because I'm not going to be the one doing that, right? Again, I own the marketing strategy. These people will be the ones implementing that strategy for me. Same thing applies for you all. As you get stronger and you get more confident in what it is that you offer, and you feel like you've got a really strong product offering, same approach I would recommend for you as well, right? Don't try and do it all. Pick one platform to start with. Do it and do it well. And then as you grow, start to add the additional platforms. But you as an individual trying to manage all the platforms effectively is going to drive you insane. At least it's driven me insane. So you may be better at it than I am, and I'm a marketing pro, right? And I know marketing, but trying to implement my strategy in multiple different platforms to the best of my ability was very difficult for me. So that is the reason why I outsourced it out. All right. So that's profile. 4 is just as important as 1, 2, and 3, right? You need to build out your pitch. You need to build out your products. You need to build out your publications, and you need to build out your profile. Now, the last P is partnerships. So That fifth one is about strategic partnerships, right? It is you being a superpower by yourself and not aligning yourself with other KPIs, key persons of influence is not an effective utilization of your superpower and your value to your customers. Right? So the idea here is to align yourself with other KPIs, other influencers, and create a win-win partnership with them such that it makes sense for them to partner with you. So let me give you an example. Let me use Rocky as an example. Right. So she is Instagram. I'm Facebook in terms of advertising. Now, Rocky does she does organic traffic building. I do paid traffic building in Facebook, right? There is synergy there because from a marketing perspective, you need to be doing both, right? So we got together and we offer both of, all right, Lynetta, you have a great evening as well. We both offer each other's group up as recommended groups on each of our prospective Facebook group, right? Because there's synergy in what we do. Most of the people that we know, right? People who are interested in paid traffic are on Facebook, most likely are interested in Instagram. I've not met many people who don't want to advertise on Instagram. Rocky will teach you exactly how to do that, how to get traffic on Instagram without paying for it, right? That's all her strategies are about, right? So it makes sense for us to partner together because we have a synergistic product, right? That is what I'm talking about, right? So that's not even really, I mean, we're not even doing any programs together, but that is a perfect example of finding people who are in your like or complementary space who are at the same level as you, where you create a partnership that makes sense, that's win-win for you. What is not a partnership is you go to somebody, and let me go give you an example. There's a coach that I follow. This woman has 19,000 people on her Facebook group, right? Her name is Becky Torso. Love this woman. She is a mindset coach and she shoots from the hip, right? She talks about how you need to get the bitches in your head straight and that you can accomplish anything that you need to accomplish by getting this straight, right? I've been following her for almost 2 years now. And it doesn't make sense for me, who is at the level that I am. My Facebook group is about 300 deep, right? Not 19. She is a position of influence, right? Certainly where I'm going. I'm not there yet, right? But she is at 19, almost 20,000 people. She has a very strong following. For me to approach her with a partnership to do a program where I am at doesn't make sense. I don't really have anything to offer in terms of like for like numbers that she can. She mentions my product. Absolutely, it's a win-win for me, right? She's got 19,000 people. And I'm not talking 19 sort of people that, she's just built up numbers and none of them love and like and trust. This woman's got 19,000 strong bitches that love everything that is about Becky, right? So she mentions my product. It's like going to Oprah. She is the internet celebrity of mindset in her space, right? I am not yet the internet celebrity of Facebook ads yet, but you better damn near sure believe it, in the next 18 months, I will be, right? So for me to go with her with a partnership and not have a really strong value proposition as to why she would recommend my product or even do a co-program with me would be ludicrous on my part. It's a win for me, but I would have to have a real strong value proposition pitch for her to want to partner with me. Does that make sense? Right? So you want to make sure that you are building partnerships with people where it's win-win, not just for you, but for them as well. And unfortunately, people come at you with partners. I mean, I get people, again, I don't feel like I'm a celebrity. I feel like I'm, my celebrity status is growing, but I don't feel like Beyonce. I mean, I feel like Destiny's Child, right? When they were still in the garage and they're just now, they're banging some tunes out, right? I know my shit, but a lot of people don't know me yet. I don't have 19,000 followers yet. I know where I'm at. I'm growing that followership, but that's what I'm about, right? So it's like me at Destiny's Child when, their dad and the mom is still building out their costumes. And I go to, who was famous before Destiny's Child? That's like me going to Anita Baker back, when Destiny's Child was just starting out, right? And Destiny's Child saying, I want to be a frontliner with you, Anita Baker, back in the early 90s. I mean, that'd have been bullshit, right? Same thing applies with strategic partnerships, right? Wherever you are in your space, find somebody who is complementary to you at the same level, right? And then offer a deal or pitch them a deal that makes sense for the synergy of where you both are, right? If you're going to up level and try and get somebody who's at, 10 steps ahead of you, again, whatever you offer them needs to be a value proposition for them. Perfect. All right. Great. Kimberly, I'm glad that made sense, right? Because I do feel like I'm Destiny's Child, right? Like Destiny's Child before they became famous. I'm in the garage still. I'm still banging out tunes, right? And still pitching them to radio's shows to listen to them. Now, I'm okay with that. I know that this is a journey, right? And for you all who are just starting off, it is a journey. So don't think that you're going to come out being Beyonce. Anybody, and so I will tell you, this is the bane of my existence, is when coaches come out and they say, yeah, you can make, $1 million, tomorrow. Just follow my program and you're going to make $1 million. That's bullshit. I'm sorry. It just doesn't happen like that. The people, the artists, you look at any celebrity who's come out and, what you see is their rise, their instantaneous rise to fame, which looks like that to you. But you didn't see the years of the time that they were in the garage banging out and, driving their parents insane while they're singing off key in the garage, trying to get all this shit together and to sound right, right? You didn't see all that time. You didn't see all the time that they were, in these dive clubs trying to get, one person to laugh at their joke, right? You only see the end result of it. And it's the same way in our businesses, that for you to grow to the celebrity status that you ultimately want to be at, it's going to take time and it's going to take some blood and it's going to take some sweat and some tears to make that happen. Some days more tears than not, but hopefully more sweat and more joy than it does in terms of tears. So I will say this, focus in 2018 on your 5 Ps, right? Get it down clearly in terms of what it is. You don't be discouraged if you don't have it all defined out, right? You listen to this video and you think, shit, I don't have any of the 5 Ps. Again, when I read Daniel Preistley's book, and I looked at it, I was like, shit, I have 2 of the 3 Ps. I came out of my vacation with a plan of action. I said, fuck, I need to rebrand myself. So we went through an entire rebranding in August and continue to do that. And the results of what you see is the results of that sort of aha moment that I had in August, right? So we rebranded under Sunday Gardener. I've had a couple of name companies, right? It was SG Consulting, right? We are now Be Free Marketing Agency, right? I still haven't finished the website, rebranding all of my my business underneath that. We've solidified Marketing Boss Academy, that is the school where we offer our training programs under, right? That's all been solidified. Solidifying my offers underneath Facebook Ad School, that's kind of, all gelling up, right? So my product mix is all gelling up, right? My pitch is it's not as shaky as it was, 12 months ago, right? So I feel good about my pitch, right? I still have a lot of work to do in publications. I still have a lot of work to do in profile development. I have a lot of work to do in partnerships, right? So I tell you all this to say is that this is a journey. And all you need to do is be working on the journey. Make sure that you understand what the journey is that you're after. I am after celebrity status, hands down. I will become the Beyonce of Facebook ads training, period. End of story. That is my goal. That is where We are moving. Everyone in my business knows that that's what we're doing. I will also become the Beyonce of launching your products, right? So all that there is to launching your products, organizing yourself to get ready to launch your new products and services, that is what we're going to be about, right? Training businesses on how to do that. So I will become the celebrity in my micro niche. How will you, starting in 2018, become the celebrity in your niche? Right? What is your plan to become the celebrity of your niche? What are you doing to position yourself to be a key person of influence? What can you do? What should you be doing? And how can I help you? So let me tell you how I can help you in 2018. In order to be a key person of influence, you've got to get your products and services in front of the right people, right? You've got to be able to drive traffic in front of your signature products and services. And that's how I train you to do that, through Facebook advertising. There is not a platform on the planet right now that you can do as cheaply as you can do via Facebook advertising. There is no other platform that exists that you can get in front of people. You can get leads as low as a cent, as low as, for my current ads, I'm spending anywhere from 50 cents to 99 cents per lead, right? Per lead. What is a lead worth to you? How do you convert that person from a lead to a paying client at 50 cents a lead, right? Some video ads at 0.001. If you have a real good, strong video strategy, you can get a lead into your business at that low of cost. There's no platform that exists that you can do that. I'm sorry, there just isn't. If you find it, you tell me, and I will challenge you that you cannot get it as cheap as you can with Facebook ads. Zuckerberg is a genius, right? I really just give zero shits about people telling me that Facebook ads don't work, because I am proof that it works, and I have too many clients that proof that it works, right? So that's how I help you become a KPI, is I teach you how to get the cheapest click, the cheapest lead possible into your business so that you can convert them to a paying client. Period. That's what I do. I teach you how to do it, right? I'm not going to do it for you, because unless you're ready to drop 2,500 plus per ad campaign, that's how much it costs for me to do it for you. But I can certainly teach you how to become your own advertiser for your own business at a cost-effective price point. All right. That's my 2018 challenge for you. Become a KPI. And if you need help with learning how to do it through Facebook ads, I'm your gal. All right. Do you guys have any questions before I go? Because if not, I'm going to end it. Because as usual, I intended for this to be short and sweet. But I always have a lot to say. I just can't stop talking. And so I will tell you, for the people who are on and the people that watch later, that I used to be so video shy. It's December. So this time last year, you couldn't get me to do an impromptu live with no makeup on and not fully dolled up. It was like pulling teeth. I remember my bestie, Ash, she does lives. She could drop those lives she drops the F-bomb, right? She just drops live. Boom. She has a topic she talks about. She just drops the live. And it was hard pressed for me to get on live. And then I'd get on live and I'd be on it for 20 seconds and be like, I have nothing to say, right? Now I get on live, I talk, and it's rare that I talk less than 50 minutes on a live now. So I just think it's hilarious that I always say it's going to be short and it's always 50 minutes or longer. That's how much I have to talk. So anyway, what's your question? All right. Which video or photo ads? So they work both well. Facebook loves and will reward you for video ads. I personally have not done a video ad. I have hosted video ads for clients, meaning I've managed accounts where they've done video ads and they've done phenomenal. Facebook wants to replace YouTube. It wants to become the YouTube of the internet. He has not successfully done it yet, but what that means is, in order for you to hey Ash, I'm sorry. Let me take a drink because my brain just froze. Zuckerberg rewards you and gives you advertising space cheaper when you do video ads than photo ads. Again, I do have a hang up about my video presentation. And so I have not done a video ad yet in my business, but I have done other people's video ads and have gotten amazing results. And that's where I say where you can get clicks and action, call to action responses at less than 50 cents, sometimes at a cent. You absolutely can get video views at a cent per video view. Call to actions may take a little bit longer, but Zuckerberg rewards you for video. Like if you do video ads, if you post videos, he will organically give you more traffic for free via video than photos. But I do, in my business, we have only been doing photo ads the last 18 months. In 2018, as I'm no longer video shy, and as soon as I get my eyebrows done, I will probably start doing some video ads. But I do have some plans in my business to be doing video ads, not just my clients. But they equally work well, B. Hopefully that answers your question. So it really depends on your threshold. Photo ads, I can get them pretty cheap as long as we've got the targeting and you've got the right messaging. But video ads, absolutely, hands down cheap. And Ash, I ran an ad for her back in the summertime, springtime, and she got some ridiculous amount of engagement from that video ad, and she can tell you just amazing what you can get from video ads. Video ads for sure. If you have no aversion to video, I always recommend my clients do video over photos because the amount of money that you spend and the engagement is so much cheaper. But photo ads, you still get great results. Like I said, I'm happy with 50 cents per click, not per click, per lead, meaning I get the email address for 50 cents. And in some cases, depending on the type of ad, I can get it for less than 50 cents per ad. And I'm happy with that because my conversion after that, even if I'm converting really low at 10, if I can get volume at 50 cents, I'm doing good. This is a numbers game, B. Does your budget affect how the ad runs? So I don't know if I understand your question, but let me tell you what I know about budget. I always start my ads when I'm starting a new ad set. I always start at $5 per ad. So you can start your ads as low as $5. Your expectation for results should not be like, you shouldn't expect for $5 that you're going to get like 100 leads because that's not realistic. But what you can expect is that if you've got all the pieces correct, you should be able to get a couple of leads for that. So depending on what your product is, what your content is, and what you're offering, a good lead should cost you anywhere from, the industry says anywhere from $3 to $5. So you should expect at least to get one ad for every $5 that you spend. My goal is to get my leads for less than $1. So I'm expecting for $5 ad spend to at least get 5 leads, right? So again, it's your threshold. But what I teach is that $2 to $3, $3 to $5 is the industry. $2 to $3 is what the aim is. If you get it less than 1, you've got a winner. So in relationship to how many people see the ad. So when you see, so that's referred to as reach. So for $5, your reach you should be able to get at least hundreds of people to view your ad at $5 a pop. Now, again, you want B, and this is what I teach in Facebook ad school is it's not just about C. It's just not about seeing your ad. You want people to, I don't really want people to like my ad. I really don't care if they like my ad. I want them to do what I ask them to do. I want them to follow the instructions that are in the ad, which is to click now and download now, right? Give me their email address or buy now or do my call to action. So seeing it, the reach, the number of people reach is important in the equation, but I really am more concerned about the end result, which is I want people to do the action that I have instructed them to do in the ad, which is to download and get fill in the blank, buy my fill in the blank, do my fill in the blank, right? And so that is referred to as conversions. And so I am more interested in the conversion rate of my ad as opposed to the reach of my ad. Now I'm concerned with the reach in so much that I want to see ensure that I'm reaching as many people that I can, but I want really at the end of the day to see how many people are actually taking action on the ad based on what it is, my ad goal. All right, any other questions? B, do you have any other questions? Okay, KPI, goal for 2018 is to be a key person of influence that are effective. Absolutely. So there's a couple of places I will point you as a newbie. If you are new to Facebook ads, my recommendation is for you to get in the banner of this group is Newbie Foundations. It's a 3-video series that explains about ad strategies. It explains which ad types you should be going after. And then it also talks to you about finding your tribe, finding people on Facebook using targeting. I recommend that you get that training series. There's some workbooks that go with each of those videos, and that is going to teach you all that you need to do about planning out your ad campaign and what the best route for you for your first ad campaign. That is a perfect place for you to start. It's got a lot of powerful information in there that you can apply for your business. And this is before you even open up your ad campaign, because the worst thing you need to do is just jump in there, start running an ad, and you don't have a strategy defined. You don't know who you're going after. You don't know which ad type to go after. There's 15 ad types in Facebook, and there's only a few of them that are applicable to you and what you want to accomplish for most business owners. So I encourage you to get Newbie Foundations, Newbie Facebook Ads Foundations, and the link is in the banner. Okay, if you guys don't have any more, perfect. If you guys don't have anything else, have a happy Sunday, rest of your Sunday, and I will talk to you soon. Have a great rest of your day. Talk to you soon. Bye.